Oh, I've got to bend down a bit. Tripod is in France. I'm going to claim a bit of credit. I don't deserve to, and I shouldn't. One of my subscribers is just telling me how he's got a guitar. Well done, Brian. Good fun. One of my other viewers, Dover Foxtrot, whatever it is, he's got a guitar. Well done. Good. First of all, I seriously cannot play the guitar. I got into guitars more from a point of view of I like playing with things. I don't like playing them, I like playing with them. You know, finding out how they work, you know, what there is that makes them do what they do. This is one that I bought from the UNICEF charity shop quite a number of years ago now. It was hanging in the window and it amused me. It's actually one of those cheap classic guitars that everybody buys because nylon strings are easier on the fingers, and I guess it was a kid who wanted to be a rock star because he painted it like this with car paint, and it's had a bit of action. It's got a few dinks and scrapes and things, but this guitar makes me smile. It's not the best guitar in the world, it is not a Fender or any of those good things, it's just a guitar that makes me smile. Now, classic guitars have flatter, broader necks, and chaps with fingers like mine can hold chords a bit easier with them. Now, people tell me that you can put steel strings on these. People tell me that. I've never met anyone that's done it. Having said that, you're all going to now say, oh, I've done it and it works wonderfully. I haven't. Steel strings go on steel strung guitars. These nylon ones, I leave them with what they had on them. But I can hold an A chord on this, and when you first start learning, the A chord is one that you really need. It's one of those, when you buy your first guitar tune book, it will teach you how to play Bach's Toccata and Fugue simply using G and A. There's books that do things like that. You know, the whole of Gounod's Ave Maria just with G and A. That will be interesting. But I found that it's difficult to hold a simple A chord when you've got fingers like mine. Now, several things. The fingernails on the fretting hand need to be short. I mean short as in when you finish cutting them there should be blood, alright, because the finger needs to be at a right angle, and if your fingernail is a little bit long it will roll your finger back and you'll end up pressing two strings at the same time. Now, I think that you can tell guitarists by silly short fingernails, hard pads, very long fingernails on that hand, because you want long ones for all that clever stuff, all that flamenco that we're all going to be playing shortly. Now, with the steel strung guitars, you do need to adjust them for your playing style. These classic guitars are not adjustable. I say that, you can adjust them, you can put higher or lower bridges on them, you can put higher or lower nuts on them, but the steel strung acoustics, you put an Allen key down in there and you can tighten them and that will bend or relax the neck a bit. Now, the other thing that you need is you need a shed that's got lots of good soundproofing, because when you start to learn the guitar you will annoy your significant other, your favourite dog, the tortoise and your neighbours. Because you really do need to practice, 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 practice. And you need to practice quick changes, and you need to practice different chords. To start with, I'm going to suggest that you avoid bar chords. Don't be scared of them, just avoid them, because this is supposed to be fun. And bar chords, it's a funny thing. I just couldn't do them at all. And then I wanted to play something, and I discovered that I can play bar chords. And the funny thing is, practice, 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 practice. Now I don't know what it was that I was doing wrong. And so on and so forth. You need to keep focused on why you're doing it. You're doing it to amuse yourselves, I hope. There are people who start when they're 6 and they become incredibly good, and by the time they're 23 they're millionaires. We fall into a rather different category. We do this to amuse ourselves, and people will say that guitar tutors get very unhappy when people have been playing at home, they've been watching YouTube, they've been learning from the book, and they go along, they finally decide to go to a guitar tutor, and the tutor first of all has to cure them of bad habits. Yeah, okay. I have every bad habit you could imagine, so please don't copy what I do. But practice, enjoy, have fun. You might go and have a look at Raggy Ragsdale's channel. I occasionally look at him. He probably annoys proper guitarists all over the world. He teaches old geezer guitar licks. Yeah, I found some of what he does helpful, some of it I didn't. Or go and look at someone like Phil Hare, or oh, I can't think of the other chap's name. There's plenty of good tutors out there, but practice and persevere and enjoy and bite your fingernails.